Hi, I'm Gary Lee. Welcome to Trackstack Studio. Over the past 5 years, I've had hundreds of TV placements used all over the world. BBC One, ITV, Netflix, the news, Panorama, the list goes on. It's brilliant. Once you get into music libraries, your music can end up anywhere. And in this video, I'm going to give you 10 tips how you can do exactly the same. Tip number 1, never send your music as attachments. People just don't open it. You may as well not even bother sending it. If you're going to send it as an attachment, nobody's going to open that email. For one, they don't trust you. For two, they can't be bothered with all the files clogging up their computer. You've got to send it streaming links only, alright? No attachments. That's number 1. Honestly, if you send attachments, you ain't getting nowhere. Number 2 follows on nicely from number 1. You've got to read the website submission guidelines very carefully. If on the website it says submit a SoundCloud link and you submit a Spotify link, they ain't listening to your music. If it says submit by Disco and you don't, they ain't listening to your music. Do you get the point? Just read it carefully and do as they're asking. Number 3, don't fade out your tracks, which means, Logic just put in automation to fade out the track. Don't do that. You need a button ending, which is usually the root note, just like bang on a chord, or a little motif like countdown. That'd be the perfect ending for a library music track, because it gives the editor options to edit little bits. If you use a motif ending, you more than likely get that little bit of ending used somewhere in a TV show. Or just a big solid punch end on the root chord. Can't go wrong with that. Number 4, you've got to title your tracks in the same sort of emotion of the music. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you've got a rock and roll riff song that you see placed on car shows or sports, if it's a drive-in show, call it like handbrake turn or accelerator or windscreen, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Something to do with driving. If you want a guitar tune on a drive-in show, keep it in theme with the cars. Do you know what I mean? Because when the editors are looking through, the titles will catch their eye, and subconsciously they'll think, oh, I'm looking for a track in a scene where there's a high-speed chase. If your track's called Shopping on a Sunday, it's not going to get chosen for a high-speed chase. So keep in mind the emotion of your track. Your title has to represent the emotion of the track. Number 5, study what's being used on the TV shows you want to get on. If you're wanting to be on a certain show on Netflix, just watch it all, get the vibe, make some music like that. If you want to hear the whole track, you can just Shazam it, listen to the whole track, study the structure, study the instrumentation, and then just make some tracks like that. If it's getting used, it's a good reference track for what's wanted and what's in demand and what's actually getting used on TV right now. So have a listen to your favourite shows, Shazam the song, hopefully you'll find it, listen to it, study it, make your own version of it. When you're emailing music libraries or publishers or supervisors, keep your emails nice and short. Nobody cares about your 10-year history in a rock band or your performances in ballet or whatever you've done before this. Nobody cares, alright? They only care about the quality of your music. So just be polite and just get to the point, and maybe mention a couple of credits if you've got some, and then just a streaming link to your music. And if you want more information about how to submit to libraries, in the description is my new ebook with 125 emails you can contact straight away, and there's some email templates in there, and there's just a guide walking you through the whole process from where you are now to getting your first placement on TV. So if you want to check that out, I spent a lot of time on it, so there's a lot of good information in there. Have a look down in the description, go check that out. Number 7 is patience. This is a long game. You ain't getting your music on TV next week. Sometimes you can submit your music in January, hear back in February, and then it might take till May for the library to actually publish their album live on their website. And then it might take you a year or 2 years before you get any placements from that one album you've just got signed. But when they start rolling in, they will compound and it becomes great. But at the beginning, you've got to be patient. You don't expect anything for like 2 or 3 years. It's a long game. So you just got to be patient, submit your music, make loads more, and just carry on the wheel and just enjoy it. If you don't enjoy that kind of thing, making music for TV is probably not for you. Another one about structure, intros. Keep them short and sweet, if at all. Sometimes you can just bolt straight into the chorus. Basically, you've got to give the editor or whoever's listening, choosing the music, you've got to give them what they're after straight away. They haven't got any patience, they're just going to go through as fast as they can. On these libraries, there's thousands of tracks, you know what I mean? If yours doesn't grab them straight away, they're off to the next one. If they want a rock and roll tune, make sure that guitar and the kick drum comes straight in and they get the vibe, what it is, straight away. Okay? And then build out. Intro short, build out through your track. Number 9, another structural tip. Think of your track in 4 to 8 bars sections at a time. What I mean is start with your 4 bars, and if you do that again, add something else in, like even if it's just a shaker or another guitar. So you've got your 4 bars, then you add something in the next one, and then the next 4 bars maybe you could change to the chorus, and then the next 4 bars go back to the verse but really strips down, and then the next chorus, massive, put everything in it, and then just keep building the track to a button ending or a little motif ending. So basically it's all about giving the editor as many choices as possible. Like if he's got a little stripped down intro and then the intro builds up, that's 2 little bits he could chop and loop, and then put an edit point in where you can chop it. Edit point is just a little bit of silence, like a shoo, and then back in to the chorus, for example. Make the first chorus less busy than the second chorus, so there's another 2 options he's got. Busy chorus, not so busy chorus. And then put in a little drop down in the middle, so there's another bit. Did you see what I mean? The amount of different sections you can get in your song. And I don't mean go crazy, this is not Bohemian Rhapsody or anything here. This is just the same vibe all the way through, but the instrumentation changes up and down throughout the track. And then the editor can chop it up lots of times and use your track. There's more options to use your track, so it's more likely to use it. Number 10, build relationships. It's all about relationships. If people like you, you're going to do better, and that goes for anything in the world, doesn't it? So when you're introducing yourself through emails, be polite, don't be pushy, don't expect anything, you're not owed anything. You know, you're trying to start a new career here basically. So just be polite, be friendly, and don't be pushy. If someone doesn't want your music, don't reply with a horrible reply or anything like that, and just be polite and be friendly. If you've watched the video for this long, I take it you're very keen on getting your music on TV, and I've just put together an ebook, and it's in the description, how to get your music on TV, and it's got 125 libraries you can submit to. I've done all the homework for you, so it's all there for you to go and grab and get your music submitted today. Catch you later.